This is the Fertile Mindset podcast, where we explore all the emotional aspects of fertility to support you on your path to parenthood. My name is Sarah Holland. I'm the Fertile Mindset coach and a mother to 2 children after my own fertility challenges. I hope you find all the support and inspiration you need within this podcast to carry you forward on your fertility journey towards your own successful outcome. It's also my wish that through listening to these episodes, you rediscover how to enjoy life now and live it to the full while you wait for your baby. Now, let's begin today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Fertile Mindset podcast. I hope you are well and I hope you're finding the support you need within these podcast episodes. Today I wanted to talk about something that is a kind of hidden issue, a worry that isn't often talked about but is there for many people that I speak to. And I feel that the extra time that it takes some of us to conceive our babies and finally become parents also gives time and space for this worry to flourish and take hold. So, let me ask you, how do you feel about becoming a parent? How do you really feel? After all, that is what this whole TTC journey is all about, right? But the thing is, we become so focused on the trying to conceive and then having a healthy pregnancy, and that's where all our thoughts and all our energies go, trying to do it right and be an A-grade fertility student. But we don't then feel prepared for the next step. And that next step of actually being a parent is the biggest one of all. It's that final destination on this journey and the role that we will take on and then have for the rest of our lives. So how do you feel about it? This episode today is all about that nagging feeling we may have about whether we'll be a good parent or not. It's a natural thought to have, of course. We all want to be good parents, so we'll have an awareness around this for sure. But as more time passes and we're not yet a parent, we may also start to ask, why is this happening to me? Do I deserve to be a parent? Is that why I'm not getting pregnant? Now, the idea of potential emotional or psychological blocks to conceiving is a whole other huge topic for another time. But what I notice is that the women and men too who tell me that they have this fear about whether they'll be a good parent when the time comes, it creates its own issue too. Whether or not this thought, this fear could manifest itself into a physical block to pregnancy, I know that it can create an emotional block. I see this showing up as procrastination or delaying treatment, never feeling quite ready because of these worries and fears about being a parent. And even if it doesn't seem to be causing a barrier or delay to having treatment or getting pregnant, it can be a constant anxiety in the background. Trusting that every day you're moving a step closer to finally becoming a parent, but also feeling unsure and worried about whether you will be good enough. And remember that you and your emotional well-being are my top priority and focus of all the support I give at Fertile Mindset. It's not just about helping you conceive your baby, it's primarily for you so you can lead a happy, joyful, calm life while you wait for your baby. Because when we have niggling worries and doubts, it can really affect the quality of our life. When you're questioning whether you'll be a good enough parent, what you're doing is questioning yourself and your ability and suitability to be a parent. When we talk in terms of self-love and self-care, these kind of thoughts are in total conflict with feeling love and kindness towards yourself. I want you to believe in yourself, to love yourself. Yes, know that you are not perfect. No one is perfect and there is no such thing as a perfect parent. But to know and trust that you will be a good enough parent. Even the fact that you are thinking about it now shows how much you care, how much you want to get it right for your future children. And there is research to show that being a perfect parent is not good for children and their brain development. They wouldn't build resilience or learn how to problem solve if everything around them and in their upbringing is perfect in every way. So good enough is good parenting. You are human, you're allowed to be human with all your human faults and flaws. But I know for some of us, it's not a low-level niggle in the back of our mind. It's a real worry or fear. It's rooted in how we were parented and our worry that we may parent in the same way. And it's not just the less than perfect memories of our own parents, it can also be worries rooted in the good ways we were parented and how we feel we will compare. If our parents had lots of energy to play with us or time to spend with us, we may worry that our age, our state of health, or our demanding job will mean that we don't measure up against our parents or any other parents you look to. And the comparing makes us feel not good enough before we've even had a chance to prove what kind of parent we can be. And if you've suffered any kind of neglect in your childhood, it's understandable that you may worry about making the same mistakes with your children. This showed up for me before I even made the decision to try for a baby. My father was mainly absent from my life and still is, and I had no real understanding as to why he didn't want to see me, his daughter. I came to the conclusion that he just wasn't cut out to be a parent. It didn't come naturally to him for whatever reason. So when I started to think about becoming a parent myself, I had a real worry that I'd somehow also have the gene or whatever that would stop me being an engaged and loving parent. My fear was, what if I'm like my dad? As soon as I recognised that this fear was real and present and was really making me doubt whether I should have a baby myself, I used EFT to remove my emotional connection to this worry. The strong connection to it made the worry feel like a possible fact, and once I'd used EFT, I could clearly see that whatever my father did, or rather didn't do as he was absent, was absolutely nothing to do with me, and there's no way that it would influence me as a parent or affect the trust in my ability to be a good parent. And maybe you have stories too that you've carried forward from your childhood and are now affecting how you feel about becoming a parent. So I'd encourage you now to ask yourself how you truly, honestly feel about becoming a parent. If you have any fears, worries or doubts about whether you'll be a good enough parent, be curious both about where these thoughts originated from and also how they are impacting on you and your fertility journey. By recognising, acknowledging and then working through and finally releasing these thoughts and fears, you will feel more aligned than ever with your dream of parenthood. You'll feel confident and ready to have your baby and could discover a new energy and a new motivation to take you closer than ever before. Because holding on to thoughts that you won't be a good enough parent may mean you feel conflicted every time you take an action to try and make being a parent a reality. You really want to be a parent, to have your baby, but at the same time there can be fears and worries about what if I do have a baby? What then? Will I be good enough? Do I deserve this? So please, if this episode has resonated with you in any way, please don't just listen and do nothing, believing there are more important things to take care of. Make yourself a priority for once. Make yourself a priority today and make that a new habit. Listen to your fears and worries, give them space to be heard, and pay attention to what they are saying. You may be able to use this awareness to then see them more clearly, separate fact from fiction, and release that belief that you won't be a good enough parent. But if you are struggling with this in any way, then I'd love you to use some EFT. Using EFT tapping while thinking of and connecting with these thoughts and feelings will remove any emotional connection you have to them, which is no longer needed. It may have never been needed, but once the belief found a place to live in your mind, it felt impossible to remove it. EFT makes it easy and helps you feel more present, clear and focused on what is true. That you will be a good parent. You'll be a great parent. Just the fact that you clicked on this episode and pressed play shows me that you care and want to be the best parent you can to your future child. So if you'd like my support in coming back to what you truly know about yourself and feeling more aligned and comfortable than ever on your fertility journey, first, please sign up for free membership of the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. You can do this at fertilemindset.com/sanctuary. And the sanctuary is where you will receive resources and support to take care of you and the whole emotional side of fertility. Within your free membership, you'll receive instant access to the Fertile Mindset Mastery class and then access to a library of resources to make it easy to use EFT to reduce stress and support any emotional challenge you face on your fertility journey. You'll also receive weekly Tapping Tuesday emails from me with tips on how to use EFT for the best possible results. Then, if you'd like more support and discover the different ways EFT can make a big positive difference to your fertility and your life as a whole, then stay tuned for a couple of things starting soon. My free challenge, 5 Days to Fertility Calm, is happening again next month, and I'd love to see you there. And I'm also opening up the paid level of membership to the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary too for a short while. By continuing to listen to this podcast each Thursday when we release a new episode and signing up for free Sanctuary membership now at fertilemindset.com/sanctuary, you will be the first to find out about both 5 Days to Fertility Calm and the opening up of the paid membership level. I'm looking forward to sharing both with you very soon, and in the meanwhile I have some more great episodes of the Fertile Mindset podcast on the way, so remember to subscribe wherever you listen. I hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring. Please feel free to drop me a line at mail@fertilemindset.com with your feedback and thoughts on the podcast, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts too. Until next time, I wish you confidence, peace of mind, strength, and all the good stuff you need and deserve to support you on your journey to parenthood. I'm so pleased you're listening to the Fertile Mindset podcast, and now I would love to invite you to join us in the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is my fertility support membership, which is focused on taking care of you and helping you enjoy your life while you wait for your baby. In the Sanctuary, I'll guide you through using an amazing technique called EFT or tapping, and you'll soon be feeling less stressed and more joyful. If you're not already in the Sanctuary, do come and join us today, because the best time to start receiving support on your fertility journey is always right now. Honestly, it makes such a difference to have good quality emotional support and techniques that you can pick up and use yourself whenever you need them. Go to fertilemindset.com/sanctuary to join us today. I look forward to hopefully seeing you there and at the next episode of the Fertile Mindset podcast.